welcome to Rolling Cycles Expeditions, all of you. A very good evening to all my friends and my viewers. Thank you very much for joining us here. Today we have a very special person who is going to narrate his story. And trust me, it's going to be really interesting. Okay, it's like a rags to riches story, and it's going to be really interesting. Now, this guy has also traveled from here to Singapore on his bike, and he is one of those people who wants everyone to go out there and go to international destinations, and he is more than interested in welcoming people who want to know how to go there and helping them out as well. So yes, you guys can definitely reach out to him. Surprise gift from us, that is going to be a crisis code sticker from Get Crisis Code. Now how does this crisis code work? This works like it's all your details are printed on that sticker, and that sticker will go on to your bike. And if you have any problems, or say you have a fall, you fell unconscious or some things like that, so anyone can scan that sticker and then get the details of the emergency details. So yes, that's what today we are going to give away to our guest. Hey,
Hello.
Hi Josh, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, Didi. How are you?
I'm good. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
And welcome to our show of Roaring Cycles Expedition. It's so good to have you. Like last Sunday, you interviewed me, and today I am going to interview you. This is going to be fun.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Great. Yeah. So guys, here we have Joshua Daniel, who is from Andhra, but he lives in Shillong, and he has a lot of things to share with us for today. So yes, do not leave the show until the end, because I'm sure you'll be like totally engrossed with his stories. So yeah, without wasting much time, as always, Joshua, I hand over the mic to you, and you have to tell us something about you without being a biker, as in apart being a biker.
Yeah. Okay, the Josh is very high, and I'm always high as my name. And my full name is Joshua Daniel, but nickname is Josh. So that's how it comes as Rider Josh. Anyway, basically, I'm from Andhra Pradesh. Apart from riding, so I want to say I'm a social worker. And I have two orphanages, and I got one orphanage is in Africa, Uganda. I got one orphanage as well in India. I got one feeding center for the street children in Nepal, and I have one feeding center for the homeless kids in Philippines as well. But I got friends everywhere who takes care of it, and I'm a full-time rider. So riding is my life. Riding is in my blood. So what can I say? All is about riding. So I have a business as well. So many people, they think that how come I can ride? So I have a business. So the Sacrifice Lamb is my brother. He takes care of my business, so I can roam happily. So he don't like riding, and he's a good guy, and he take care of the business. So I ride, and I suggest other my rider friends, when you are riding, please do carry some biscuits, water bottles, if possible, slippers as well. And what I do was, when I ride, I always carry slippers, clothes, and food and first aid kit. So when I find the mentally disabled people who are walking on the roads, I give them first aid, I give them slippers, I give them food and everything. And if they are okay and they want to join with nearby any orphanages, I would take them, I call my friends nearby. And because I'm full-time into charity works, and also that's my ride. Even in this lockdown time, I distributed around 10,000 face masks and 5,000 N95 face masks, 6,000 sanitizers, and non-transferable hand gloves of 5,000 for all the frontline workers. And those people who are walking on roads, we give them this milk powder, especially for the kids. So suppose from Andhra, they are sending people to Kashmir by normal buses. So on the way, all the shops are closed. So what I did, every day I covered around 600 migrant workers mothers, giving them water bottles, food, and face mask with milk powder, so that if they have babies, and they can mix that milk and give it to them, because on the way it is not possible. Like something is better than nothing, So that is my cause. So that's what I do
Awesome.
actually.
Awesome, awesome.
Yes,
That's a
yes.
lot. That's what I do. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I think
It's
even if
just
I put my mind
humanity.
to it, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm too selfish to do that.
No,
Okay.
actually, so this is, as I told you now, everything has a back one story, right? So my
Absolutely. Oh,
past
yes.
has really motivated me, like as I say, at the age of 14, I ran out of the house because I am into
Ah,
so much of outward person, I want to, always my dad is like, no, you cannot do that, you cannot do this, you have to study, 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 because my dad want me to see in a higher position. He want me to reach
mhm.
out into a top position, and he used to beat me like anything. And I always feel like my home is a central jail. Like I
Oh,
always feel like, my home is a central jail. And I thought, okay, at the age of 14, I thought, after my 10th studies, I said, okay, I am done, enough is enough, now it's my time to get freedom. And I used to watch in the movies that heroes run out of the house, they come back with a good girlfriend, good car, good
oh,
house, I literally thought that, okay, this is what gonna happen. So
nice.
I ran out of the
All that,
house, and yes, all the movie inspirations, So I ran
all the
out of the
adolescents, I would
house.
say. Garam
Yeah,
Khoon.
yeah. That's true. And I literally says 2 years. 2 years, I was a beggar, and I was eating food from the dustbins. I was begging
Uh-huh.
like anything.
Oh my God.
I had a worst life, and people used to kick me off. And sometimes we used to work in hotels just to get some food. They ask us to clean all the plates and all,
Ah,
and they even don't give us a proper food. All the leftovers they used to give us. So,
that's bad.
2 years, but still I'm trying for my dream. Like, still I didn't left it, like thinking that
Wow.
one day for sure I'll become a hero. One day for sure I'll become a hero. So at that time, there was one day, like it's been 3 days I didn't had proper food and all. I was so hungry, I'm getting unconsciousness, and I searched everywhere, no food. I was keep drinking water, and finally I find out a bread in a dustbin which is completely rotten.
Oh dear. Oh
And
dear.
that's day, I washed that bread because I'm so hungry, and I just ate that bread. But then I thought, this is not the life which we want to be. And
I'm
then I thought,
sorry.
yeah, it's at when I that day, like that's day really, like I was about to collapse and all. And that bread piece, I was thinking, if I don't get that bread piece, I will die for sure. So then it was completely rotten. I washed it and I ate. Then I thought, ki, Arey, at least let me go back home. At least I'll get a food to eat. I no need to suffer like this. So then I came back home, and my mother was so happy. And many people told my mother that, your son could have died, you are like, 'cause it's happened, why you are waiting for him, he will never come back and all. But I came home, but that day I thought, see, we need to do something for these people. Like, whatever the problem, see, there are many people, they come with a different stories, and there are some people, like, like when I met my friends, like they came, some people are very rich, their parents died, and their like, other guardians are not taking care, they are torturing them, they run
Hmm.
away. Some people has genuine stories, all are genuine stories. For
Correct.
me, I, instead of like show off, I went off, that is a different story. But later I thought that nobody should ever suffer like me. So then I started working on it. And then after I come back, there was one situation to happen to my close friend. And I did, many people, they think that I'm very educated. Actually, my education background is only 10th class. That also from Telugu medium. I didn't
Okay.
studied anything further. but till now I travel to 16 countries. I do
Wow.
motivational speeches as well. I
Mhm.
do give motivational speeches in different countries, like I traveled, and then I thought I need to work on this, and and after that, like I started saving up money. I started
Mhm.
small businesses. Then I thought counseling is one of the most important, because one of my friend attempted suicide. She is a very good friend of mine,
Oh,
because of
okay.
some stupid reason. So then I thought, like
Mhm.
some mental torture, those days how the girls has been tortured, all those things, and then I
Yeah.
thought, okay, something we need to be different. So those are the parts, and and I am so happy that once upon a time I don't have a food to eat. Right now I am feeding 110 orphan kids. I can proudly
Awesome.
say that
Awesome.
I have,
Awesome.
and whatever I am earning, like whatever it comes from my business, I spend 80% for the charities. And first of
That's
all, I want
great.
to thanks my family, because they are not against to me. But in the beginning they said you need to get married, you need to save up money, all those things. But later they understood this fellow is not gonna listen up, so it's better we surrender, and they surrendered to me. So that's
Great,
what
great. So
says.
Josh, if you don't
Yes.
mind, what's your age?
hmm I am 31 years old now.
Great. So guys, you have a real hero over here. Like the Amitabh style ka movie hai yaar tumhara to, like you went out, you ran away, and then yeah. I mean, it's such a shame that we typically say people in Mumbai never go hungry. Like whatever it is, at the end of the day, you'll get something to eat. But yeah, there are people like the way you say the kind of hardships that you have faced, and yeah, nothing to eat for 3 days, and then you eat some. I can't even say it. I mean, forget doing it. I can't even say it. I don't know what word should I use, but yes, you are truly a godsend. You are like the Buddha, who has literally brought enlightenment, or attained enlightenment after going to the rag state. But and I think the path of Buddha also starts from Andhra. In Andhra, a lot of people
Yes,
are Buddha.
yes. Amravati,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
absolutely. I mean, that
Yeah,
is such a heart wrenching story. I would say not a story, an experience. Because for us it might be a story, but you have lived through it. Yes, so
yep, yep. Yes, yes. It's not so
absolutely.
easy, but
So yeah,
it ha
let's forget what happened
what
bad.
has
I mean, we
happened.
should never
Yes,
remember
let's
what is
go.
bad. Let's look into the
Yep,
front.
front,
Let's look
yes.
ahead.
Yep, yep.
So
So,
yeah, so coming back to your now life. Okay, I mean the current
mm-hmm.
life that you're living. I heard you catch fishes, as in you run a fishery.
Yes,
How did that
yes.
start about?
It started about, like I was planning for a good business up, and one of my friend has suggested this is the best, Josh. And like I really believe this, like when those who do good things happen to us, right? And at the beginning, can you imagine, there was one of my friend who invested around 30 lakhs without
Wow.
anything, and he said, Josh, once you get the profit, you pay me back slowly.
Great, great.
That's how it's. I was super shocked. I was thinking that he was joking, but he knows that how I do what I do, and he know me very well in and out. So
Uh-huh.
that's how the fishery business started. And I explained to him, like before I have a small business where I even used to help, and trying to do these things, and that's how the business got started. And now we are doing good things. And as the because of the corona was very low in things, but still nothing is bad. We have a hope, and we don't depend on things, like the positive spirit in us keeps us active, and we don't need to yeah, feel down or anything. But still I'm hoping for the best. And my next vision and my dream, want to take a team of riders from India to Thailand. It's many riders dream. So that's
Awesome.
my
Yeah.
goal and achieve, and I'm really waiting for it. That's what.
चलो हम लोग तो I think all the viewers from here are ready to go with you, so you got already a
Sure,
good group to
sure.
think of. So,
Yeah.
definitely. So yeah,
Yes.
like Abhishek says here, you are really a godsend person. I mean, someone who has really seen the world from the ground level, literally the ground level, I would say, in all the senses. Um, So yes, you started eating fish. I mean, catching fish.
I don't like fish. Many people they say that because I don't eat fish, there are so many fishes. That's why I don't eat
Uh,
fish. Sis. I'm allergic to fish. Yeah, that's
okay,
what.
I was just kidding.
Mm,
Yeah.
yep, it's okay.
So yeah, tell us how your biking thing started all over.
Yeah, biking thing. I was a passionate rider from my bicycle, and I
Uh-huh.
came into motorcycle. I even
Okay.
when my childhood, we need to like after my seventh studies because I live in a very remote area. If you want to find like snakes, scorpions, or like if you want to experience National Geographic Channel, you can come to my village. Like even when I sleep and wake up, see literally
Uh-huh.
sees there are pythons sleeping next to us. I came from a such a place. Like even if we
Oh,
both sit and talking, you can see a king cobra passing between your legs. Till
oh,
now. Yeah. So
even
like
now,
when I
even
want,
today.
even now, it is more now. It is more now.
Okay.
So I need to ride a cycle 3 kilometers. So one village
Uh-huh.
to another, crossing a big forest. Okay, so
Oh,
like sometimes my private used to finish by 6:30 and it's a dark and there is a one problem with the cheetahs. That's a place where cheetahs roam. And I
okay.
have a brother when
Uh-huh.
he threw the stone on cheetah, thinking that
Uh-huh.
it's a dog, and it was sleeping in the dark under a tree. So that's
Yeah.
our village life. So at that time, I used to ride 3 kilometer bicycle very fast because many
Uh-huh.
people think that I'm a fast rider. It's not because I am fast; it's because of the fear inside of me, so that I don't want to leave. So I want to go before the animals. So actually there are like these forest pits and all are very dangerous and all. But I am from my childhood, I say now it's in my blood, riding, always
Uh-huh.
want to roam. Then I get into rides, and after I came to know that, like, going to Shillong is Northeast is one of the best for riders. I met one guy
Okay.
in Delhi. So then they are
Mhm.
from Northeast and they sharing experience about it. And at the same time, I need to open a orphanage in Assam. So I find out there
Okay.
is one place. It's very much needed, and
Mhm.
one of my friend was staying there in Assam. So we went and we started there, and I stayed in Shillong. So from 2013, I am staying in Shillong. If any of our viewers who would like to visit Shillong, you can contact me anytime. I would like to take you around and show the Shillong. So it's not a problem if I am there. Okay. Or if you are
Ah,
coming south side also, you can always contact me, not an issue. So that's how
okay.
I started. And after I can say 2013, Northeast is one of the best place for riding. And you
I
see many riders. So
agree.
then I grown up there and like, meeting friends after friends, friends after friends. And then I saw many foreign riders riding to India. I was thinking,
Mhm.
why not in Indian can ride to other countries? Why only foreigners are riding here? Then I started searching. Then I went to for the support of some people as well, and then
Okay.
I started looking. And it's very sad that there are few riders whom I contact with saying that, sir, I have an interested like you to go to Singapore. Can you help me? The next day, my contact is on block list. I felt
Okay.
so bad. I thought, why in this world is this happening? Why can't, and even I go from all over the websites and there is not a proper information I can find. Then I thought riding is everybody's right. Like riding to other countries or anybody, it is everybody's right. So everybody can ride this. So then what I
Okay.
did, I thought, okay, I need to create a channel, need to give no other information, what are things needed to be done at the borders, what are the documents required, whom to contact. Even I gave, if you go through my profile, even their WhatsApp number. The guide's WhatsApp number also has been shared on my page without any problem, because and people are very surprised. So then I did it, and my vision is I want many people to see, many people want to ride like me to other country. Either no matter what, it's pride of my country. Like when other riders,
Yeah.
if they see, oh, these are Indians. So like when I riding in Malaysia, they are shocked and they are asking, are you really from India? we are so surprised to see you. And I said, yeah, I'm from India. What's wrong? And that's why, all my t-shirts were with the Indian flags, like,
That's great. Yeah, I was to ask you
yeah.
about that. So yeah, before
So,
before we go on to helping others on how to get to Singapore,
mhm.
tell me how this Singapore ride happened first.
So that's what it's like. As I was planning, I want to put a mark. Actually, before I used to travel to other countries, like there was, what to say, I participated in Cambodia BMW racing, and I was the
Oh,
only Indian. I was the
wow.
only Indian. I rented a bike there, put a Indian
Uh-huh.
flag on it, and I rode there. I just want
That's
my
great.
country name. So I don't want anybody to think that nobody is participating. So I used to
Correct.
check wherever the rides happens. I used to go
Uh-huh.
there, hire a bike there, and participate. Either I race or I don't race, it doesn't matter. But I want
Right.
my country flag and a person name, and that also says, okay, we have a rider from India. Either it is
Cool.
Rider Josh or Rider Sunny or anybody it can be, but I want the Indian country name. So that's what I wrote in different places. Then I thought, okay, let me write and give all the information so that, like, since there are many people who are working. My friends, I
Correct.
know them. Like they are
Hmm.
working and they don't have much time, to sit and do the groundwork. And since,
Right.
I am the person who sits simply do nothing other than write.
Hmm.
So I want to gather, like, if even a normal person sees my YouTube video, he will know pin to pin what needed to be done, which border, what are documents required, and all those things, so that it will be easy for them. Because in a corporate companies, getting 15 days leave is not so easy, and they
Correct.
cannot
Yeah.
take long leaves. So if somebody is giving them an information, either they
Hmm.
recognize us or they don't recognize, we are not here for name and fame. And I'm very, simple things. And that is the main reason I rode from India to Singapore as a starting. As I say, my next year my plan is from India to London, and I'll be covering like Africa. I will be, doing other stuff to give only the border information, pin to pin information, which border, what are the documents required for Indian, other country
Correct.
people, because I face so many problems in Thailand. You know, that's
Hmm.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. That's like really awesome. So,
yeah.
yes, you did this ride. You have to tell me what your experience was like. What are the beautiful things that you saw? What are the food, the culture? How was it different from that of India? And on the route, what are the things that you did?
On the route, I was helping people, same thing as a rider for cause. So that's for sure, without
Okay,
any
that's
doubt.
part of you. That's part of you. Okay.
That's part of me. So, but the
Yeah.
best thing I see is riding communities is the
Uh-huh.
love and care, and especially the love people show us when you know that, like, especially riding in Myanmar is an, I can say, awesome experience. Like,
Oh,
especially when we talk about Myanmar, is one of the wonderful experience, we can say, and the police escort vehicles, and the country is also very beautiful. As you said last in your sessions, we travel to the same place, that clock tower, and all
oh.
those places. I tried of doing that balloon, hot balloon, but
Okay.
once you ride, you sleep and you wake up, you don't know when you are getting up.
I know the energy is
So
not left within us. Even if we want to do, we are like, क्यों करना यार? That
yeah,
type.
no, and that too,
But
that day, that is my first experience. When Myanmar tour guide told me that, Josh, you can ride only 6 hours in a day, and that also 200 to 300 kilometers. I said in a day I can cover 800 kilometers. I am a capable rider of 12 hours. What do you think of me? After when I started riding in Myanmar, then I said, oh,
uh,
thank God, I didn't took that 7 hours. Like, where those people, the small bikers, can turn anytime. Like, you need to put your, like, all those things, and you are mentally stressed, and the road condition, all those things, and like those people has already bought me a ticket. When they banged the door, I was sleeping like anything, and I woke up at 8 o'clock and it's already finished. And that's what. And one of the best thing happened to me in Thailand. I can say that is the best ever thing. My chain was broken, and I don't know what
oh,
to do. I was on a highway and I cannot
uh,
speak Thai. And there was one guy came on a small bike. He stopped and who looked at me, and he understood that I'm a foreigner and I got into problem. Then he understand What is the issue? Only signs, no thoughts. I said, chain is the problem, broken. So then he said, okay, okay, come. He took me in his bike to Kawasaki showroom. And what happened in the Kawasaki showroom? Thank God I clicked the picture of my bike, what happened. And the Kawasaki showroom, when I went, they are also can't speak, all is Google translation. And they asked me what happened. I showed them my bike picture. I said the chain is broken, and they asked me to sit, and it is very hot at the time. So they gave me cold water, coffee. It's been 45 minutes. I was thinking what these people are doing, why they are wasting my time. And meanwhile, they go 1 kilometer far. They go and they brought my bike back. I don't know how did even they brought, and they already started fixing it. Finally, they realized that chain is different. And what did they do? And they came to me and they translated to ask me that, sir, we don't have a same chain. Do you mind if I alternate it? I said, okay, you can alternate it. I don't have a problem. And sis, you cannot imagine the way they alternated my chain. And it's not just alternation. What did they do? They have, like, I don't know, it's in Thailand. Around the campus, they have a riding path. So he fixed my chain and he did 6 trial runs to make sure even in 100 speed my chain will not broke. In meanwhile, not it's a Kawasaki showroom, and they gave me a number. They said, if you have any problem in while, because from there to Bangkok is 8 hours ride. Until I reach Bangkok, I cannot find the Royal Enfield showroom. Exactly. And they fix it for free. Yeah, they fix it for free of cost. And they said, we love you and no payment. And I went to the Royal Enfield showroom. I fixed my bike and they charged me around 18,000. That's what happened in my return. No, actually, the spare parts are imported from India. That's why it's very high in cost. So that's what happened in
which
Malaysia.
Which was your Royal Enfield bike?
Himalayan. I ride a Royal Enfield Himalayan, and I will be riding same with 2 other countries, because I want to tell I am from India and my bike is made in India. No other bikes.
Okay, there are
that's
other
what,
Indian
and I'm
bikes
a crazy. Yes, so that's what I even write, like Royal Rider Josh. No, sis, like I want my country name to be on the top list.
Absolutely,
like,
yes. Yes.
I'm an Indian and I'm proud of it, and I will never ever compromise in anything. And India is not lesser than any country. Like, if somebody can do it, we can do it. Like, I run an orphanage in Africa only for that reason. When other country people can come and help in India, I do it in my own country as well as I do it in other country to prove that Indians are not lesser than anything. That's when it comes to country, no compromise.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Yes.
Jai Bharat. Yeah.
So yes, continuing to your tour, how did then from Thailand, where did you go?
Then I went to Malaysia. One of the best bikers communities is, you can say, like, when I went to the, normally, like, you stamp in your passport, then you go to the custom office, you stamp in your carnet, and some people, they behave like, okay, these people, they don't have any better work. They came, otherwise they think that these are the most richest, stupidest people. They came to our country to ride like hell. That's what their impression. Seriously. And like in Thailand, when I go for my, I request all the riders, if you are traveling to other countries, make sure you have a stamp visas on your passport, which is the best way. Otherwise, because I did that mistake, because, like, cost and okay. So I'll come back to you, bro. So Abhishek, bro. So what happens was, like, if you have a stamp visa, you can enter from any border. But when you have a e-visa, you can enter from only few borders, like e-visa, like, So it's, I don't know that. I went on a visa on arrival. For visa on arrival, they asked me so many questions, like, how come you came by bike? And people who are going to visit Thailand, make sure Thailand does not require your carnet. They will be requiring a special permit. We will talk on this later when I will tell all
Absolutely.
the carnet process. So all
Yeah.
the processes, okay. So that's what happens is, but in Malaysia, the custom officers, they made me to sit. They gave me a juice, and they are so surprised, and they welcome me, and they even said, Josh, it's hot outside. Do you wanna stay here for some time and ride in the evening, or you wanna leave?
Okay. Cool.
And I was like, my goodness, are you really custom officers? Are you gonna talk to me like this? And then the chief custom officer of Malaysia, he started saying that, okay, visit these places in Malaysia. This place is best for food. This place is blessed for food and all those things. And the worst thing is when you are riding in other country, know the rules and regulations. I did a
Yeah.
blunder mistake and caught by police in my first go.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah. So
So what
then
was that mistake that you did?
I there was in Malaysia there is separate line for bikers and there is separate line for the cars, and you need to ride in a bikers line. And what happened was, when I was riding in the car line, and police caught me, and first thing they saw that I am a foreigner, and they said, okay, Josh, hold on second for while. And I told, sir, I don't know the rules and regulations, and I am so sorry. And do you know that these rules? And I said, sir, this is my first Malaysia coming by bike, and I just came now. It's you can see my papers and all. They said, no, 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 sir, we don't want to trouble you. We understand you. And the way they respect, they call me sir. They said, no, sir, we are not troubling you. Just hold for 5 minutes because we cannot let you go because we are stopping other people also. So then they suggested me, they asked me, they took me a selfie as well, and they said, ride safe and be careful, and when you are passing the lines and all those things, and they show me a way where to go. And they took me, actually there was one police officer, he guided me till I jump into that line. He guided me and said, safe rides, enjoy your stay in Malaysia. And that they are awesome people. That's what. And
Cool.
yeah, one is again in Cambodia, I enjoyed a lot, and Laos also I traveled, and Singapore is hectic, and that is what says it's very hectic.
Cool.
Singapore is
Yeah,
the.
Deepak ji,
Mhm.
Deepak sir is saying that they were also carrying stamped visas during their ride from Alaska to Antarctica, covering 15 countries and 51,000 kilometers. And that also
Wow.
people in Bolivia and Peru actually thought that they were some kind of king, which is why they could afford to travel to
Travel,
US, Canada,
yes,
and other
yes,
countries. Yeah.
yeah. That's what. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that happened.
So
And even in Vietnam, also, it was like, I mean, Vietnam is a sea of bikes, literally a sea of
yes,
bikes. I love their bikes. It's so short and so
and
small. And
yes,
we like scooty, but it's actually a geared bike. And it
yes,
is so beautiful to see all of those people. And we were on this Dominar, and our Dominars were like elephant in front of them, literally like
yeah,
so huge, and all those small bikes around us. We just couldn't ride through or move into the traffic and get out. It was an amazing experience. Yes. So yeah.
yep.
So
That's what
yeah,
says.
what about to
So
Singapore? And you had gone to Singapore for some purpose, right? What was it?
no, I went to Thailand for a purpose. It was
Okay.
there was Thailand, Asia's biggest bikers fest is happening, and I can
Oh,
proudly claim that I was the first Indian ever in their 21 years of celebration who attended the Asia's biggest biker fest with his bike.
wow. Awesome,
In their
awesome. So we should do that.
20,
Yes.
yep. So 24 in their 21 years of their celebrations, I was the
Uh-huh.
first Indian rider, and it's the Asia's biggest bikers fest. Around 10,000 bikers were attending from all over the world,
Lovely, lovely.
and
Deepak
I
sir said
got
he go to Italy in 1985. So it
yeah.
was his
Those
first
are
international overseas ride.
yep.
Great. I mean,
Those are legends. Comparing to them,
yeah.
we are just like I'm
Yeah.
Deepak sir is those all are very legends. So Deepak Kamath sir also, I think it's Deepak Kamath sir or
No,
Deepak
Deepak
sir.
Gupta ji. Deepak
Yeah,
Gupta
okay.
ji.
Deepak Kamath sir also, I think he was also one nice person from Bangalore. where I always
Yeah.
follow him, So these sir, Deepak sir and Deepak Kamath sir from Bangalore, and these all are inspiration for us. I can say that, and I have a great salute for them. Doing at this time with all the facilities is entirely different from doing in those days. That's an amazing thing. And
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely. So yes,
okay,
tell
how
us about
different
it.
is that festival? So
Correct.
that festival, you can see that many varieties of bikes. I can never ever imagine that there are bikes like that. Like some
Wow.
bikes are exactly look like dragon. And I was like, am I like Mad Fury movie? There is Mad Fury
Uh-huh.
movie, and those bikes you can literally see there. And
Really?
yeah, Mad Fury, and and those bikes are, I can never, like, you can see 10,000 different varieties of bikes. And the best thing is I was given a memento from the mayor of Pattaya. So they have given me a memento, and they gave me 10 minutes time to speak on the stage about my country between 10,000 riders. that
Oh,
day i that day I forgetted all my pain, riding all the way, spending so much of money. That one day has, I forgot it. That Mad Max movie bikes, like if you go through my profile, you can see all those bike pictures. So like,
I
and I
should.
was
I
the
should.
first Indian. And the great thing is, one of my friend who is an event manager there, he put an Indian flag and he opened a stall for us. Something,
Oh,
out of 20 stalls, like you see a Indian flag with a stall, they open a stall. And it's like, I have like, my main motive on riding is to bring pride for my country. And now many riders who come to that stall can see that, oh, this is an Indian flag, so that must be a Indian rider. And he made my bike to stand before the stage, so that people will
lovely,
know that
lovely.
that's an Indian bike. And then people used to come, they used to interact. It's such a, that's why next February, every February 12, 13, 14, 15, it happens in Pattaya, the
Uh-huh.
Asia's biggest bikers fest. So I'm revealing my dream since the topic came. So for this ride only, I want to take Indian riders next time to that ride. So uh, I can, so that many riders also can experience. So that is what my main
Amazing.
mission and vision. Yeah, yeah, sis.
That's a wow experience. I mean, a big wow experience. Like
Yes.
and you go there and someone, I mean, in the in a foreign land, where people think, I mean, they don't even know it is India. They call it Indo. I mean, they call India
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
Indo. They
Indo,
don't call it
Indo.
as
Are
India.
you? Yes, everybody. That's what at the beginning I didn't understand. So
Huh,
I'm like, I got confused with Indiana and India. So I used to, when
huh,
they say that Indo, are you from Indo? So then I used to, no, no, I'm from India. Then my friend said Indo and India is same.
same, correct. Yeah.
Indo and India is same. So that's what, like, then I said ki, okay, that's good thing. And like, the thing is, they invite you to their group companies. If you see my bike, all my bike is filled with their bike stickers, and they provide me, like, tomorrow when you come for like, they ask me to sit in their stalls, like, so like, there are many multiple people, and actually I don't drink or I don't smoke, so I never do that. So they offer
Got
me. Yeah. So there was one guy who brought me thumbs up, like, only special for me when he is coming from home, because I am not habituated for drinking. I mean,
so
like,
nice.
when they see, yeah, like, and they really love you to the core. Like, they give you free food, they give you, and the best thing has happened in Pattaya. Like, there was an Indian restaurant. This is what I always feel proud about Indians, and I say that Indians are the best for hospitality. So I went because I go to Indian restaurant, and they made me a promise that every day till I am in Pattaya, I need to come to their shop. So they saw my bike and they were surprised that I rode all the way from India. And they say that every day Pattaya I need to come and I need to eat in their restaurant, and they said they give me discount. So they said, but they won't charge me every day, they will charge me on the last day. And you know what they did? They did it for free of cost. I said,
Oh,
bye, हम नहीं खा सकते, ऐसा मत करो, कम से कम, like if I'm coming for 2 meals, at least charge me for 1 meal. They said, bye, you are pride of our country, आप यहाँ आने के बाद, like if we are charging you, it's our galti, like it's our mistake, never, but you should not stop coming to my restaurant, wherever you are we will come finding you. And I was
God.
like, but all are young people, they all are youth, and that is amazing. And there was one time, I met a family, and there was a lady, she hold me like this and said, are you really a human? And she said, sitting in the flight, I'm sitting in the flight only. I got so tired and I couldn't travel for like 2-3 hours. How come you ride all the way from India to Thailand? Are you really a human? And they took some pictures and all. That's an awesome experience. And the Indians, especially in other countries,
Beautiful.
they show the love and care. And I have some rider friends also, like where they, it's somehow you build up your riding community, like where
Yes.
you
Yes.
have lot of connections. So like now, like normally I can say that whole my trip costed me around 5 lakhs,
Okay. So I mean, till
including
Singapore and
everything.
back.
Yeah, all like India to Singapore, covering 5 countries, like all the expenses is 5 lakhs, and it's a 2 months trip, because I need, actually we can do it in within 1 month to 40 days. Okay,
Okay.
but the thing is,
Okay.
because of this biking festival I stayed longer time. And then what happened, like right now I can help other riders can do it within 3.5 to 4 lakhs, because because I have no guidance, I did blunder mistakes, I paid lot of money for Thailand permits, all those things. So but now I can help other riders for free of cost, not to do any kind of stupid mistakes like me. You
Well,
understand?
I
And
think
I,
it's not a stupid mistake, Josh, because see, when you do something for the first time, you always end up
mhm.
making mistakes, and then from those
Yeah,
things is what you learn. It's an experience. I wouldn't call it mistakes. It's an experience, and yeah,
yes,
you're paving a path for others. You're making a path for others to follow that, and in a much efficient way. So, like when I started riding, there were not many riders, as in female riders on the road, and people used to just stand on the highway, and the moment they realize it's a lady, and they used to just stand in front on the highway, and not move. And I used to be like
yes,
going fast, and suddenly I see, okay, I need to brake. So I mean, that. But then later on, the way now today when I teach women to ride, I have learned so many things that I teach them in a proper way to ride. So that makes the difference. So same, like, I mean, you have traveled, now you want to help people. The what do you say? The willingness to help is what is most necessary, because yeah, there are people who do these trips, but then they do not share the entire process, or they do not give a hand to they don't handhold you to actually do it. If you want to do it, they will just answer few questions that you have, but then they will not really handhold you to that end. So you doing that is really I mean, it's out of the blue. No one does really. I mean, hats off to
yes,
you
yes.
for that.
Actually, that's what my next plans is. I want to travel to all the countries. Want to know what are the border rules. Like next year, actually, because this COVID, actually, I saved up some money. But
Uh-huh.
after this COVID situation, I spended all the money. But I'm
Oh,
happy, like, because there are so many families are dying, trying to attempt suicides, our trips can be done anytime. Like this COVID situation, I spend around 6.5 lakhs, like, just
oh,
to help around 500 families with the
oh,
food, everything. So but I am pretty sure I will come back again to the farm, I will ride and I will tell all the border information to my lovely riders. And right now I got friends from every country, like, the rider friends, they are eagerly waiting me to come to their countries and all. So That's what it is. So, and coming back to the point, so let's, I think maybe I'll share without wasting much time. What are the basic steps from one to last? Like, so there are a
Yes.
few more questions I think people are asking.
Yeah. So you said 2 months. Did it take you the, I mean, entire 2 months? And how many kilometers did you cover in that stretch?
20,000 kilometers, 2 months,
Oh,
and yeah, 20,000
great.
kilometers. And the best thing is, I met all our Indian ambassadors and took their signatures on the bike, and they
Lovely.
are super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. So Deepak, so this is Deepak Amembal. Okay, there are a lot of Deepaks. We have a lot of Deepaks in the writing community.
yes,
So
yes, yes,
you will get their dua and fulfill your desire. And yes, absolutely, for all the good things that you're doing, you definitely will get whatever you wish for. I'm damn sure about that. Damn sure about that. So, and Deepak Gupta ji says, I would have started for my next ride Delhi to Norway in 20 countries, 30,000 kilometers this May 10th, but only because of this corona, he also had to hold back.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And Deepaks are both the Deepaks are really awesome. Like if you go through their profiles also, like we can get a very good information, and the way
Oh,
they
yes.
share is awesome. Yeah, yeah, both are
And
really
Deepak
awesome.
Amembal ji had done 10,000 kilometers in 1982, covering all of, I mean, all through India. He did that, and he did that on a
Wow.
Java SV. So
Yes,
yeah, I had
yes.
done this interview as well some time back, few weeks back,
Yep,
and
yep.
he is
Yes,
another
yes, yes.
interesting person to talk to. So yes,
Yep.
Manoj wants to know which countries actually require the carnet.
Okay, so get back into the carnet situation. So let's start from the beginning, as many people are asking, like how much it
Yes,
costed and all those things. So
correct.
I give a basic information as for now because, guys, I want to be very particular about this. Whatever I went through, I was explaining it because
Yes,
there may be, you know, okay, I am a solo rider. Answering to Kalpana ji, I'm a
yeah,
solo rider. I travel all alone. But in Myanmar, you know, need to go through the group, no matter what. They cannot take you solo. You need a escort vehicle and tour guide following you up. Unless you are so rich, you can pay per day 300 USD, and then they can take you in them. Like it's per day, you need to pay 300 US dollars. Like if you want to
yeah.
do a solo. So, but only in Myanmar, I didn't do solo. Whole my trip was solo. I'm a solo rider and I love to do the solo road trip. So coming back from India to Singapore, I traveled covering 5 countries. So I
Nice.
went for India, Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, back to Malaysia, Thailand, and Laos, and
Cambodia. My network.
came back to India. So normally in Myanmar, you don't need to find a group. Once you talk to the Myanmar tour guide, he will arrange it. Like he will join you with a group so that your cost of traveling will be very less. So what happens was like I'll start from the basic. What are proper documents required? So let's come back to the carnet first. For everybody, carnet is the most and very
Same.
important thing. And
Yeah.
before carnet, you need to have a IDP, international driving permit, and your passport, your bike proper documents. So to get the carnet, IDP, your insurance, your bike documents, all those things are very very important. And carnet normally, according to the rule, carnet is you have to pay 200 cost of your bike, but they charge me 1 lakh as security deposit for my 2018 Himalayan 411cc bike, but it can be different for others. So I'm
Absolutely.
just sharing my experience, because please don't go based on my experience and say something. I am just sharing my experience because rules can change anytime.
Yeah.
And that's what. And this I want to be clear in this, because I don't want somebody to say later, like, you said this but this has happened. So normally they they charge me 1 lakh as a security deposit, but I have a planning normally to ride from India to Singapore. Only Malaysia and Singapore need carnet. Other countries does not require carnet.
Yeah.
I say again.
So yeah,
So
you have to
only
give a disclaimer
yes,
first. You have to give a disclaimer
yes.
that the rules in the ASEAN countries keep changing forever. There is no said rule that is put up there. So if it is something today, it can change within a month's time or a year's time. So by the time you're planning, you have to
It's
do a reread of everything before you get on there. So
it's in
yeah,
a
that's a
day's time,
disclaimer.
I can say. According to my experience, it's a day's time in Thailand. Actually, you can just go, but later they changed the rules and regulations, and they said every foreigner who is visiting Thailand, they need to get a permit from Land Transport Department, which costs you around 600 USD.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah,
So
it's difficult to get into Thailand as such.
yes, so that's what, like, first you get the carnet, and to get the carnet, as I said, like, IDP from local license authority. Yes, exactly, you just give your passport, your visa, and your local driving license, and within 1 day they will give you international driving permit. And if you guys need more information, you can talk to Roaring Cycles or to me. We are always here. And the very first
Absolutely.
thanks for Abhishek Bhai and Shilpa Didi for creating these kind of live sessions so that many riders.
Thank you.
Didi, heartful of thanks, because my main goal also to reach many riders, for free of cost. So Deepak sir, the Carnet fees is they charge me for 10 pages, 1,18,000. Actually, only 5 pages are required. So 5 pages are required to travel from India to Singapore, because only Malaysia and Singapore is needed. But in my brain, I already have a plan of traveling further. But the Corona has brought back. What is the duration? 1 year is the carnet validity, and same as IDP. International
IDP.
driving permit also is also for valid for 1 year. But
Right.
yeah, so then the carnet is 1 lakh security deposit, which once you come back and when you submit your carnet back, they will return back your 1 lakh rupees, but 1,10,000, it's not, one
It's
lakh eighteen thousand
non-refundable.
non-refundable. But if you
Yeah.
carry, I mean, if you take like 5 pages carnet, it's 88,500 rupees, which I came to know from them. But now if they change, but they have separate charges for the military officials and some other people. They have a different fees for them. So this
Right.
is what happened. And when I went to the Myanmar, like, to enter into Myanmar 15 to 20 days before, you need to apply for the permit. You need a special permit, special driving license, tour guide and escort vehicle in Myanmar.
Yeah.
And
You also
for
need a government official, right?
official, yes. So no, actually, like, the
Yeah.
government recognized the tour company is more than enough. So what happened to me, like, from Indian border to the Thailand border, it will take like 4 nights and 5 days if you ride peacefully. And if you want to ride hectic, you can do it in 3 nights and 4 days. So for the 4 nights and 5 days, they charge me around 450 US dollars, like,
Okay.
all the permits, hotel stay and breakfast, but excluding petrol and dinner and lunch should be provided by us. So could you get back the security deposit from WISA, sir? Yeah, yes, we can get back, sir. So that's what, like, once you finish Myanmar, you need to go to Thailand. To enter into Thailand, those who are Indian riders need to apply at least 20 days before. That also you need to apply for a permit 20 days ahead of time. So you need to, like, contact Tum. Tum Jipton is a very nice guy. He is also a rider, and he can take you to the most unexplored places in Thailand. Such an awesome friend of mine. So I really appreciate him for the heart he has for India. He said, I'm from India. He's the guy who opened a stall for me for free of cost. He
Lovely.
opened a stall for Indians for free of cost, and there are many Indian riders. They know him. Such an awesome guy in Thailand. And in Myanmar, brother Jomin. Jomin is a nice person and cheap and best. He don't charge extra. He unnecessarily
Cool.
don't charge you.
So
So Thailand, you
you were
guys
doing
need to
Thailand, yeah.
be. Yes, we are doing Thailand. I'm talking about my friend Tum. He's a very nice guy. So maybe one day I'll bring him live with the Roaring Cycles. He can share many experience and
Sure.
things.
Please do. Yeah.
Yeah, so it will be a great help for many riders who would like to travel overland, or even you guys can approach him when you are in Thailand. So they can help you out, arranging riding cycles, motorcycles there, and you can ride along, you know. So that's what. And coming back to Thailand, before you enter into Thailand, you need to apply before 20 days at least for the
Uh-huh.
land transport department permit. Like
Okay.
normally Myanmar, Thailand, they don't require your carnet, but
Mm-hmm.
you can apply on arrival visa in a year. We got Indians got two on arrival visas without any problem, so you can have
Okay.
an on arrival visa to Thailand. But actually now after the COVID, I don't know what is the situations, but
Yeah, things will
I'm
change.
happily and proudly can say that in 2020 I covered 20,000 kilometers, which if I didn't do that, I could have not covered. So I started my trip from January 10th, and I came
Uh-huh.
back on March 18th. March
Yeah,
18th
lucky
before
you.
the
And then we
Janata
had a
curfew.
lockdown
I'm
from
very lucky.
22nd. Yeah.
22nd. And like March 9th, I entered into Indian border, and by
Uh-huh.
10th, they closed all the borders.
Yes, yes, I know, I know. You are
So I
lucky.
can say I'm very very lucky.
Yes.
That's the one thing happened to me, the biggest happiness thing. So what happened, and then I was like coming to Thailand. So Thailand, as I said, you need to have a honorable visa in
Uh-huh.
the Thailand, and but so before I continue, I want to answer Deepak sir question. He asked, "Did I get back the security deposit money in the last session, sir?" I got back the money, and I got the security deposit back from the WIA Mumbai, which I paid 1 lakh. So
Yeah.
most difficult part of journey is Singapore. I will explain. It's like 007. So the happiest part is so the most
Zero, zero, seven.
seven James Bond 007. So the what happened in Thailand, I really enjoyed the beaches. I don't know swimming. I don't know swimming, but I love to swim in the middle of the sea with the life jackets. So I was exploring each and every place, and sometimes
Lovely.
your wrong turn leads to a best major places. So
Yes,
what
absolutely.
happened, sir? It's not difficult to get it back, sir. They are nice and helpful. So what happened was, actually, I was riding to. I visited this floating market. Then my target
Uh-huh.
is to hit Karabi. So when I was
Okay.
riding to Karabi, but I was riding from so long. Once you are riding, it's already been like I started from Andhra. My ride
Uh-huh.
started from Andhra Pradesh of my hometown. I was riding already for more than 23 days non-stop every day,
Hmm.
every day
Yeah.
hitting. And especially I went through Nagaland, which I was not supposed to do it.
Hmm.
And Nagaland has I never been tired riding from India to, I mean, sorry, my Andhra Pradesh to Nagaland. I never got tired, but only from Dimapur to reach out to the Manipur border, I was
Yeah.
so tired, like I was riding from past many years. Potholes and the dust. It was the one of the most amazing ride. I don't say that
Yeah.
it's a worst ride. It's an amazing ride because you don't know where your bike gonna stuck. And that too, you
Yeah.
carry a luggage at your back, and like the sumo
Exactly.
riders, they don't care. The sumo riders, they never care. And they just
Correct.
go, then the mud fall on your
Good.
face,
Good.
then you wash, and you have to check either somebody is just back at you. So
Correct.
that's the one of the thing, and I was so tired. All of a sudden it was pouring out like
Hmm.
anything. I cannot see anything in front. So then I was
Okay.
using the Google map. So my girlfriend is Google map, so it was guiding me like anything. And somewhere I lost the signal. I ended up taking a turn, and I reached somewhere, and
Okay.
it's such a beautiful place. And then so I said, okay, enough is enough. I mean, I just traveled for 40 kilometers. After 40 kilometers, I realized that I made a big blunder mistake. But the Thailand roads are very good. So then I saw a nearby beach. So I thought, okay, let me rest for one day there. And when I went there, it was an unexplored place. Okay, and the beach
Hmm.
is peaceful, and they have these caravans to stay. So
Okay.
and that guy is a Harley rider. So
Oh,
what happened when I reach out to him and I said I need to place a stay, and I love to stay in a place where the beach is in front of in front of me. So then they
uh-huh.
said, so Josh, you this will be a good for you. Then I need to think about the budget. I don't want to stay more costliest place because I have a long trip ahead, because I don't know what gonna happen next. And he said, come
Right.
on, yaar, we are Rider Brotherhood, so we don't charge you extra. Just like
Okay.
whatever reasonable for you, you give it to me. I
Yeah.
don't charge you this much, and we will give you breakfast as well. So I stayed nicely. Then I requested him, and it was quite very reasonable. So they charged me around 800 Thai baht something. But
Oh,
yeah, it's for 2 days. And
okay.
it's such a beautiful place. It's for 2 days, and they charge 800 Thai bahts because I just planned for 1 day. But the place is awesome. Like you can sleep in your bedroom and can see the beach in front of you. You can
Uh-huh.
like no parties, because anyway I don't drink and I don't go for pubs and all. So that for me is very peaceful. I was sleeping on the beach. It was a very nice experience. Even though I took a wrong turn, it took me to a nice place. Then I went to Karabi, and from there I crossed the Malaysian border. So this is what I want to tell. But I want to Thai police and Malaysian police are very helpful. And the Thai immigration officer asked me, "Sir, I really appreciate you first go to the Malaysian border and check either they will accept you or not.
Correct. Yeah.
Otherwise, it will be a problem for me." So I really admired him and said, "I don't have a problem, sir. You riding, I really appreciate, but go and check. Once I stamp in, if you want to come back again, it will be a problem for you." So I said, okay,
Absolutely.
and thank God I went and checked with the Malaysian government, and they said, "Sir, literally sorry, we don't have a e-visa scanner,"
Okay.
and they suggest me to go to the another border. And when I
Hmm.
come back, and they said, "This is, sir, because we don't have a problem, and we can let you go, but later if they reject you, you will be in the problem." So then I came
Yeah.
back, and but it's okay. Thailand roads are awesome, and countries' rights are very good. So you know, uh, that's what. And then I go through another border, and that guy also did the same thing. Go to the Malaysian border, check with them either they will accept you or not. So when I checked with them, they said, "Yes, heartily welcome, we can do the e-scanning." And then when I came back and they stamped my passport, the good thing is they don't let me go through the queue, and they didn't
Yeah.
go
We
take
had
me.
a Yeah, even we had a similar problem when we wanted to enter Cambodia. We couldn't enter it in through one border, and then we had to travel
Mhm.
back to almost 220 kilometers to the other side
Yeah,
of the border, and then from there again it was like at one place only humans can cross the border, and another place only vehicles can cross the border,
vehicle can cause cross.
and
Yes, exactly.
yeah, and we had such an issue, and then our agent went back to an, so yeah, our agent went back to Phnom Penh, and from there he got another visa done up for
Yes.
us, and so we had to wait a whole day near the border, uh,
Mhm.
and yeah, so it was a waste of time for a day. I mean, a whole day was wasted, but yes, it was not wasted because, like you said, a wrong turn or a wrong stop
Always.
or an unnecessary
Yes,
stop
yes.
always turns out to be best. We stayed in that
Yes.
house of theirs, and so
Mm-hmm.
there were no hotels near the borders. There was only
Yes,
one
yes.
hotel and a restaurant. Everything was so expensive out there, so
Yes,
we
I
stayed
know,
in
I
a
know.
smaller. So, and then we were so privileged. We went there, and they had this entire mangroves over there, and they
Wow.
allowed us to cook. They didn't charge us for the cooking or anything. We cooked
Mm-hmm.
right from the breakfast to the dinner, and next day's breakfast as well. We cooked everything, and we made mango pickle. We made what all stuff, and we ate and we enjoyed. It was so nice. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
a
So
wrong
then
turn is generally not what it
it's
is.
always better, as Deepak sir is saying, every wrong turn would generally take you to unexplored beautiful places.
Unexplored
Very true, sir.
beautiful
I
place.
agree. Yeah,
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
couldn't go through this border when I was riding, I was like, wow, this place is awesome. Like I enjoyed the ride, even though it is 140 kilometers, it was awesome. So then I entered into Malaysia without any problem, as they gave me a royal entry to Malaysia, and Malaysian bikers are awesome. And I met some of the Malaysian Malaysian bikers, and so they are really awesome and good, and they invited me. Like I stayed in a few places, and they didn't let me. I have some rider friends from Malaysia. They didn't let me stay outside. They always took me to different places, and we have a Global Bikers United, and they really respected me well. And Penang, and there was one rider. He came with a Goldwing, right? Goldwing, which they don't know how to put. Yeah, so then I thought, like, normally Indian mind setup, like, somebody come to pick you up, that you think that they don't have any better work, they come to pick you up. So I thought this guy is also same like that. He don't have any better work. He came to the nearby border to pick me up. And later, when I visit his house, I came to know that he is a six record holder of Malaysia and Singapore and Thailand. He is a
Wow.
six record holder, and he is a stand-up rider on Goldwing. He the longest stand-up rider of Goldwing, and he is a Datto. Datto means like a MLA of that place.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh my gosh. So, like, they find me a good place to stay. And it was Malaysian bikers community was awesome. So then after that, I traveled to one of the other place, and these are forefathers are Indians. Actually, their forefathers are Indians. They look like Indians, but they are not Indians. They are Malaysians. And the best thing has happened when the Malaysia was running out of face mask. I was in Malaysia on February. So, so what happened was when the Malaysia was running out of face mask, I brought 3,000 face masks when my friend is coming to Malaysia, and I distributed it free of cost. I distributed
Nice.
3,000
That's a very
face
good
masks for free of cost, and people are shocked, and they have no idea. And we are standing in a mall, and then the news channel suddenly came, and then I hold my Indian flag, and they hold a what to say, like their country flag, and they put about me on their news channel. That is really an awesome thing. Later, when I went to Kuala Lumpur, and there was he is a nobleman, and he is a very simple man that I was staying in house. And then one of my friend called me, do you know in whose house you are staying? And when I asked him, he said, I am a simple man, and I am just just a normal person. And later I came to know that he is the high official of Malaysian police who got retired.
Okay.
And every day he gave me his room, and he made me to stay in his house for 4 days. In fact, he become my papa now, and he called me his son. So, and he took me. He's very punctual. Every day 5 o'clock he wakes me up. He takes me for a ride. Make me to meet me his friends. All are BMW riders, and they come. The dedication they have. They come at 5 o'clock. One is the top doctor. He just postponed his things. He came to just honor and ride with me when I am riding all the way to Singapore. So they traveled with me around 150 kilometers to send me off. All are official, like they are on BMWs, and they just ride up to 150 kilometers, and they say, Josh, take care and let us know when you are coming back. We will come to pick you up. And this is what happened whole Malaysia. My friends, they come to the border, and if I got some problem, like, and the best thing is they check with me every day, like Papa Nadda and these people. And one more thing, what happened in Singapore is it's James Bond 007 movie. So all the countries, when you go, all you do is you stamp your passport, then you go to the custom office, stamp your carnet, zoom, you just ride. But in Singapore, it's not like that. You need to park your bike in Malaysia border, go to Singapore, go to the WIIA West Singapore Automobile Association in Singapore, and then stamp in your carnet. get a
Okay.
Singapore insurance, and that
Okay.
Singapore insurance will cost according to your CC of your bike and your age. They
Okay.
charge me 300 Singapore dollars only
Oh.
for insurance.
Oh.
Heck, lot of money. And I
Yeah,
stayed
that's
for 3 days,
okay.
and only for 3 days. And not only that, like to get in every country you enter, you need to get a inner line permit.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, inner line permit, not inner line, sorry, international
International.
permit. Yes, so ICP, International Circular Permit. So to get an International Circular Permit, you need to give the carnet stamped upon and your insurance and the decades, then only you can get ICP. Even if your carnet is stamped and if you don't have an ICP, you cannot ride in other countries. So what happened was when I was to get that ICP, again you need to pay 60 60 Singapore dollars. After you
Oh.
get all these things, you come back to the Malaysian border again, then you ride back your bike and you enter into Singapore. After you enter into Singapore, you need to get a e-pass again. And to
Okay.
get that e-pass, again you need to spend $10. Once they see your carnet stamped, insurance and ICP and your international driving permit, then only they give you e-pass. Without getting e-pass, the gates will not open to enter into Singapore. And
Oh.
without e-pass, they will not allow you to touch the Singapore roads. You need to push back your bike all the way to Malaysia. You cannot ride.
Oh.
You cannot ride. That is their rules because Singapore is a small island, so they don't want to entertain many bikers to come in. That's why they make it is hard. And Indians are
Yeah.
very harder and they like these hard things and they did it. And I did it. So I did it happily after I get that ICP. But one more thing, there are some toll gates. You need to be careful. When the toll gate is on and if you go through that road, you will pay $80 per day.
Okay. Oh.
It will once your e-pass is in your pocket, it will automatically deduct from that e-pass. So when you are coming out, you need to give the e-pass. So if the e-pass is clear and zero, then you can go out, or whatever the amount it says, you need to pay for it. And that
Okay.
is what happened. And Malaysia is the same rule. Then from the Singapore, I rode back to Malaysia to Thailand, and I attended that Asia's biggest bikers fest. Then I went to the Cambodia, and the best thing is happened to me. Like as always I say, good things happens to the always good people. And I met one guy from,
Absolutely.
and I met one guy. I don't know actually who he is, but I came to know that he is an immigration chief officer at a land border of Cambodia.
Oh. Nice.
And before I reach, he sent his people and waiting for me. They are waiting for me in the morning. But due to actually what happened in Thailand, you should be very careful with the animals. I mean elephants.
Yeah.
So I was riding very fast and people are showing like this from their cars. So when they show this like this, I thought they are saying hi. I was telling everybody hi, 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 and I was riding. I was thinking that they are telling me hi, but they are telling stop, stop, don't go.
Oh.
There are wild animals.
Okay.
And after I riding there, I saw all the wild animals running. Just imagine at the situation, either you have, at the one point of time, I was shocked either to turn the bike or not. And then like the animals are about to cross and I was crossing, I turned this side and I saw the elephant running back. And I was like
Oh.
zoom, and after some time there was a checkpost. They stopped me there because the elephants are there on the road. And that day I was scared, and I reached in the evening, and but those people are waiting, and I didn't understand what happened. And the moment I did all my stampings, everything in Thailand, and when I'm entering into Cambodia, two police are coming running to me. Then I was scared and shocked, thinking that today I am gone because I did some mistake, and I was thinking which am I riding on a wrong way. Am I riding in a right way? Because like in India, you ride in left, then Myanmar right, again you go to the left, you know.
Yeah.
In Thailand, they don't check any exhaust. Thailand is a very friendly country. You can use any kind of exhaust. Only Singapore are very particular about your lights and your exhaust. I need to change before I have a white light. I changed it into normal light. I changed my silencer into normal silencer. Like I put a DV killer. So when I went into Cambodia, when they came to running, I got scared. Then I understood that that was sent by my friends. Then another police official came and I gave them visa. They said, Josh, sit, relax, and they gave me water. They got my visa stamping done. They took me to the custom officials. They put me, because that day I already got late, and they made me to stay in a very nice hotel, and they were very nice. And right now, if anybody planning to go to Cambodia through that border, I can help them, and they are very nice people. Cambodia are very good
Yeah,
people, and
very, very nice. Very nice.
very nice. And since I already ride in Cambodia for BMW road trip, and with the BMW, I got few friends already there. So I spoke to them. I had a good time in Cambodia. Then from there, I entered into Laos. Normally, Laos, they don't entertain these bikes. But I want to tell this thing very particularly, guys, when you are entering into Cambodia, make sure which border you are entering and which border you need to exit. Malaysia, other Thailand, you can enter from any border, you can exit from any border, no problem. But
Yeah.
Cambodia, Laos are particular about which border you enter, which border you exit. If you go to the another border, no mercy, you need to ride back to the same border and you
Correct.
need to exit.
Yeah, like the
So
way we got stuck. Yeah.
yes. So what
Yeah.
happened, and when I went, yes, yes.
So Manoj wants to know if you felt unsafe in any place, or did you face any such challenges where you felt unsure about uh, you know being safe there?
No, 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 no. Every country, because actually at the beginning I was worried about Myanmar. There are many stories about Myanmar, but whatever
Yeah.
I heard, it's completely opposite. The police officials are so cool. They come in the morning, they wish you, and now they become my good friends, and they are inviting me to Myanmar to come anytime to visit. You know, they are such a awesome people, and like you know, if you are good, everybody is good. Like we
That's
no
good.
need to show off, you know, nothing else. Be calm and chill. If situation's becoming worse, try to solve the situation, don't get hyper. Like
Yeah.
but everywhere I go, people really they admire me. Some people they cost me. There was one time we missed the route in Thailand, and we need to stop for 5 minutes. People brought chairs for us to make us to sit. Like
Oh,
there was some road construction is happening in Thailand. It's happened in Thailand. We need to, because Thailand they don't allow bikers to go through some highways. So we took another route. So
yeah.
we want to go through, and the road is some there. And then people they brought me chair, and I was like super surprised they what they are doing, because like I don't know what's happening and I cannot speak. And same thing happened in the Myanmar as well. You know, bro, I am very particular about food. So mostly I shoot out for Indian restaurants. I cannot eat other kind of foods. But in Myanmar, somehow I manage with the fried rice. All I go for the fried rice and chicken curry, or like, you know, tom yum soup. The only thing I have is
Sticky
tom
rice,
yum soup.
sticky rice. I
Sticky
like the
rice, yeah,
sticky
sticky
rice.
rice. Sticky rice, and especially the way they make barbecue with the, like, you know, squirrel eggs, quail eggs, it's a bird. So then, you know, barbecue. I just use the phone as a GPS. So I carry two phones. One is for completely GPS. Every country I buy the SIM first, you know, and I did it. And Laos is an awesome place. Laos is like, you know, I was thinking that I was in BC. Their constructions and the way their houses are, it was awesome. And when you are exiting from Cambodia to Laos, you need to take a slip stating that you are the vehicle from Cambodia to Laos. Same thing happens with the Thailand as well, that you are exporting your vehicle from Thailand to Cambodia. So when I went into Laos, the roads are small, but it's an awesome good thing. You know, it happens in Laos. So that's what it is. So
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
So then that's what all happened. And Laos, you guys in Laos border, you need to pay. In some countries, they will ask you $10, $15, to get the permits. And don't, like, I don't trouble them. And as the country condition, I just paid. I gave them $10. So it happened. I got a permit. Normally, they don't allow higher CC bikes, and
Yeah,
they
in
allowed
the
me.
Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, even Myanmar, you cannot ride a bike which is higher than 150 cc.
150.
As yeah,
Bangladesh
one.
as well. Bangladesh
Yeah,
as well.
correct, correct. Yeah, these
Yeah.
places. So
So
when you take a higher cc bike, it is a little difficult to go. As in, the permits are different. So yeah,
yeah.
Lalit, the Laos is very costly. The petrol is 10 to 15,000.
No, it's
15,000 their
no,
currency.
no, no. It's 1 lakh, sis. It's 1 lakh. When they asked me for one
Yeah.
lakh, 100,000, I was like 100,000. And the worst thing is, you get confused with the notes. Cambodian notes and Laos
Yeah.
notes and currency in Myanmar and all.
Vietnam.
It's really confusing, and like, and you become a millionaire in Laos. I become a millionaire in Laos. I paid in lakhs, lelo, lelo. Yeah, and especially Laos embassy people are very awesome. The Laos ambassador has invited me to his house for a dinner, and made me to sit with other officials of Laos, and I had an awesome time. They really liked me, and they appreciated me, and he also gave his signature on that, and I had a good time in Laos. I took a long time, then enter from Thailand back to Myanmar. So overall experience is that, and total trip costed me around 5 lakhs, but right now I can help other riders to do it for 4 lakhs and all. And same as thing as I said, I was planning to make some a group ride to help other riders travel from India to Thailand back to India. Actually, I use international card. I don't carry much cash in my pockets as it not safe. So normally, okay, this is what happened when what happened in Malaysia. I went to the petrol pump and I was waiting for 15 minutes. Nobody coming and filling up my petrol, and somebody understood. This fellow came first time to the Malaysia, and he said, Josh, I mean, like they said, by yaha, like you need to do it by yourself.
Yeah,
खुद को
correct.
करना पड़ता
Yeah.
है. Yeah, then they told me, like, take out your credit card and do it. And one best experience, I used this Shell racing petrol. Didi, you cannot
Okay.
believe, I covered 160 kilometers in 90 minutes.
Oh, lovely. That's a
100 and
good.
160 kilometers using my Himalayan 411 cc in 90 minutes. It was amazing,
That's
and I was at the speed of 131 kilometers per hour. I mean, actually, I have an app. It's called Revive. It's navigate. I mean, it's completely tracks my at what level, in which kilometer I was, what is my height, everything it is recording. That's what, and that
oh,
is what happened, and it was awesome experience. And yeah, like everybody once in a while need to ride, and this is what my plan. Actually, to fulfill every rider's dream, I am planning to make a trip from India. I mean, Guwahati back to Guwahati, 14 days, covering all country permits, hotel stays, and breakfast within 1 lakh. All they need to take care is petrol and their lunch and dinner, and they even will get certified from Thailand government that they did a trip, group trip. So this is
awesome.
what I'm planning. So both the countries permit I got from Myanmar and Thailand, but waiting for India's permit. So let's see what's gonna happen with India. That's what I'm
Yeah,
eagerly waiting.
definitely, definitely. So I think you will have a lot of people hitting up on you
Mm.
after this interview to find out more about how they can join you
Yes,
or
yes,
how they can
yes,
go to international borders and travel there. And yes, even
yep,
Deepak Gupta ji, since he has traveled to many countries and all that, he too is very helpful in, uh, you know, telling all the nitty gritties that you need to have while you're traveling international or otherwise and all that. So, Josh, that was really really informative on how we should travel to any place. especially international borders. And yes, the petrol thing, yes, we get really rich. हम लोग लाखों लाखों करोड़ों में हम लोग ने पेट्रोल भराया है.
Petrol bharate.
We used to
Yes,
literally
yes.
laugh at ourselves. Oh my God, हम लोग ने 2 लाख का पेट्रोल भराया. Oh my God.
Yes, yes, yes.
It was fun. But
Yeah.
yes, the people are really beautiful people by heart and by nature, and they help you like, you know. I mean, they don't really see what it is like. As in, they don't insult you as a
Yes,
tourist or
yes.
whatever. They don't try to
Whatever.
cheat you or they don't do this. They
Mhm.
help to the best of no matter where you go. Yes. So whether they understand your language, don't understand your language, they just try and
Try to
try their
reach
best.
you out, to
Yeah,
help
yeah.
you out. Yes.
Correct.
So same thing,
So
and the group trip will be very economical, right, Ballard? So yes, if you are going with a group, the cost of expenses will be lesser. So you can share the cost of tour guides and escort vehicles, and especially in Thailand as well.
yeah, and I think even the stays and food will also get
Share
distributed. I mean, shared. Yeah, so the cost definitely comes down when you have a good group.
group.
But yeah, I think a group should be about 10 to 15 people. More than that, anything more than that will
Yeah.
become very cumbersome
Yes,
to
yes,
go around.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Prutu says hi to you. Prutu says it's very good to have
Yeah,
you online and
bro.
see you
Thank you
there.
so much. Yeah, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So
So guys, I hope this was a very 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 informational kind of a interview, and all of you enjoyed. I'm sure Josh's personal life has been full of ups and downs. About, I mean, it has been his own choice. I would say he ran off, he came back. His family accepted him the way you are. So Josh, do you? I mean, I don't know if you're married or no, but are you looking
no,
out for
not yet.
someone?
I'm still single. Single life is the best, sis. Happily
Oh,
single.
happily single, yes, or rather happily
Yeah,
unmarried till now, I would
and
say.
happily unmarried
So
till now.
yeah. So any plans of you settling down or anything that?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Like after I have a dream that I need to open a orphanage for these mentally challenged people, and I have a one project to finish. Once I finish that project, I'll surely get married in future. Let's see how it's
Cool.
gonna happen. Yeah. So,
It
but
will. It
moreover,
will
like,
happen. So
yeah, hoping for the best
good
as
things.
always, and
Yes, good things always
yes, yes,
happen to people all the time. So I'm
yeah.
sure you'll find a lovely wife to support you in
Mm-hmm.
all your plans. And yeah, maybe
Mm-hmm.
a rider, or maybe she'll become a rider once she joins. I mean, marries you.
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
stand by
Yep,
you all the time. So
yep.
all the best to you, Josh, and
Yes.
thank you so very much for all the inspirational things that you have done, and may you have the best of best things in life coming through, and no more
Thank you, sis.
hardships for you.
Yeah,
But
thank you so much,
yeah,
and mm-hmm.
hardships
Okay,
always make
anyway,
you really a man. I mean,
stronger.
yeah,
Yep,
absolutely, a stronger and a
very
willful
strong.
person, which is very
Yes,
necessary.
exactly.
Very strong.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
would
thanks for
definitely
you
say
and
that.
for Abhishek brother from bringing many people like this on the live sessions so that many riders can reach out, because now reaching to one person is maybe hard, like, and watching sometimes I couldn't watch, I mean, like, cannot be like live and all. Then again, I go back to your, like, things of your past
IGTV.
live shows, and, IGP is there, and I listen to their, like, which was about that, you are talking about the code and thing. That is something
Ah,
very, I really appreciate their idea. Really, my heads off to them. Something, it's
yeah.
amazing,
So correct. So what we are going to do is we are going to give you a crisis code sticker very soon.
Wow.
Get crisis code, so that wherever you ride, God
Yes,
forbid
yes.
nothing should happen to you, but in case
No.
it does,
Yes,
we are there to back you up out there. And
yes.
get crisis code. Get crisis code has done a lot of research on this, and they have come
Mm-hmm.
out with this crisis code sticker which goes onto your bike, and if you have a
Mm-hmm.
fall, if you have anything, they have covered your back for all the
Yes, yes.
emergency. So yes,
Emergency,
you will
yes,
be the
exactly.
first person to receive that crisis code
Wow.
sticker. So clap for
Thank
you.
you.
Yay!
Thank you.
And
And thanks for the crisis code, people.
absolutely, yes. Thanks to
Yeah.
Get Crisis Code. Definitely. Lalit Verma says that's a nice Indian flag t-shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, so keep the Josh high as always, and definitely we will ride together or meet one day. And
Yeah, sure.
yes, thanks for appreciating Roaring Cycles. We are here to tell your stories. So, all the viewers, I request you all to send in your request to share your story with us on this platform. This platform is for you guys. Own it and bring your stories onto this platform, and we are there to interview you. Take care, and thanks again, Josh, for
Thanks.
everything out
Thank
there.
you,
May
sis.
God bless you, and you definitely
May God
deserve
bless you.
this.
Thank you. Bye bye. Good
Thank
night,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, every viewer. And as I always say, Deepak sir, thank you so much. And I want to say a great respect for everyone who rides. It doesn't matter which bike you are riding, but a great respect for each and every rider. For sure, we will ride soon. And don't become dull. Always there are good days ahead, even though situations now seems to be very close. But once there are good doors and a good blessings gonna come in forward in your life. And if you guys need any support, do contact us. Not a problem. Any information, we would love to give it to you. And thank you for viewing us. Good night, guys. Take care. Didi, thank you once again. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. And do tune in back on Sunday at 12 noon for another interesting story to be shared by another rider out there. I hope to see you all there. And thanks to Get Crisis Code for sharing a crisis code sticker, giving it out to Josh.